husband said, yes, I'm married. I've got like 3 kids with my wife. I was like, well, you never told me. Well, you never asked. Man, what do you mean you never asked? What? Beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Charmaine, and I just want to say thank you so much to all returning subscribers. And if you're joining us for the first time, my name is Charmaine, and I'm so grateful that you found yourself here on my page. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so that whenever I post, you'll be notified. So basically, today's video is going to be exciting. Last week and in the course of this week, I asked you guys to send me stories that happened in your life that you would really want to share with the people. You know, like things are happening out there. So I just wanted to know, like, what's really happening out there? Like, what's happening? So you guys send me stories. Send me what happened in your lives, and it's crazy. Like, I literally cannot wait to just upload everything, but we're just going to do one at a time. So I'll just literally call this one the episode 1, the first episode of Get to Know Y'all while y'all talking to me. And you guys in the comment section, you're going to comment down below what you think, even advice, because sometimes I won't be able to give the proper advice because I'm also human after all, and sometimes your crazies are way crazy that I can't even like give you a proper advice, like what should you do. So you guys are going to help me come up with advices, and you're going to comment, and you're going to just do whatever that comes to your mind in the comment section. Okay, so other people decided to be anonymous, other people were comfortable with using their names. So today's story is an anonymous, so basically I'm going to give her a name. So we'll come up with Vanessa. I know I'm pretty good at giving people names, huh? If you've watched my my other 2 videos, you know what I'm talking about. But yes, Vanessa. Vanessa grew up in Zimbabwe. She's Zimbabwean. Then she went to SA when she was done with the studies to work. So when she was working in SA, she was working at a restaurant. And then one day, like, she's been single for quite some time, you know. So one day there was a group of guys who came, like working class. So they literally like had a meeting there. Then one of the guys really liked her. So the guy really hit on her, and then she liked him in return. So you know what happened? They exchanged numbers, they started talking. So we'll give the guy a name, Simba. Let's just call him Simba right here. So Simba and Vanessa just used to meet up whenever so Simba was based in Zimbabwe, so you would go to SA for business trips and all that. So basically that's what was happening. They dated for quite some time. It was 6 months. Like, in the course of 6 months, the relationship got serious, like a little bit too serious. And then the guy's like, no, I want to introduce you to my family, you know, I want to pay the bride price. And she was like, yeah, cool. So he engaged, you know, like, so she was Vanessa was in SA, and then the guy was in Zim. So they just used to meet in SA. So when she was engaged, she had to go back to Zim because the guy was saying, no, when we're married, I don't want you to work, like, so you have to move back to Zim, and I'll give you money so you have your own business, you know. Like, the guy was well up, big boys apparently. So yeah, like, yeah, he was comfortable, like he had this money. So and she was like, yeah, sure. Then she moved to Zim, she moved back, and then the guy paid bride price and all that, you know. And then she got married. So it was a traditional wedding, they didn't do a white wedding. So she was staying in Zim now for quite some time. And then, so the first week of their marriage, you know, it was the honeymoon first, right? But you know, it was like Simba was not always home. You know, like sometimes people take leave days to just enjoy like the first moment with their partners, but for him it was different. So let's say in the course of a week they spent like 4 days together, like then the other 3 days was like, no, I've got to work, no, I've got to work. Like, you know, you would come back home like in the morning, like, no, I had to sleep like at a hotel because I was out of town. But so she was like, wait a minute, what's happening? So, you know, she just said that maybe it's busy because, you know, you never know your people. So she was comfortable with it. She was like, okay. Then they moved, you know, month 2 months, and she got pregnant. So like, but yeah, he was getting busy. He was just getting a little too busy. Like, yeah, I understand you have business meetings, you have to work, but don't you think it's a little bit too much? It was like, I'm the one who's supporting, like, you stopped work, and I need to, like, literally make sure that I'm doing everything right, so that we don't go hungry. We'd never run out of money. You need funds, you're pregnant, we need all this, you need to secure a future for a child. Like, he was giving all those reasons, which we say maybe they were good reasons because they were making sense, but like always. So basically that's what happened. And the girl said, guys. And so he used to say, so we met in SA, like I usually go out of the country because of business trips. So he would be gone. He'd be gone for 2 weeks, he'd be gone for 3 weeks, like we're not even 1 year yet in the marriage, but like it's already too much. Like, it was just too exhausting. So he used to go and all there. So when there's a time when he came back. So Vanessa was literally in the shower, and then he came back, and then he just slept. He was really tired. He came back in the morning, so he just left his phone charging, what. So, and then the phone started ringing. Then Vanessa had to pick up the phone, like because it kept on ringing. So she was like, maybe something urgent. So and the guy was so asleep, like he was deep in his sleep. So she picked up the phone. It was a child. Hi daddy, hi daddy. I was like, okay. It's like, hi. So she was so confused. She was like, okay. And then she hung up. Then when the guy woke up, and then she had to tell him, like, you know what, your phone was ringing. And then, like, it kept on ringing, that I had to pick up and let them know that she was sleeping. But, and then he panicked, who was calling. I was like, no, it's a child. I think it was the wrong number or something. But she was like, and then he was like, why were you picking my, and then you go upset, like, why were you picking my phone? I was like, what do you mean, why am I picking? Like, you were sleeping, and then the phone kept on ringing. And then it was an emergency, so I had to let the people know that they can leave a message, oh, you were sleeping, And then he was like, you got pissed, and then you went to shower, and so she was like, she tried to ignore it, like, but there is no way that we are going to have so many missed calls from a wrong number, and then it's a child trying to call you. She just raised like question marks. So she took the number, she scribbled down the number and all that. Then the guy, currently went again on his business trips. Like, like the guy used to spoil her. Like, she had everything, the house, the car, like she had everything. Like, the guy made everything comfortable for her. He made sure that she had everything she wanted. So then what happened, and then she called the number. Then there was a lady who picked up. I was like, hi, there was a child who called on this number in the morning on my husband's phone. It was like, wait a minute, maybe it's a wrong number. So then that's like, yeah, maybe it's a wrong number. It's on your husband's phone. No, maybe it's a wrong number. But yeah, I think my child was just playing with the phone, and then he just dialed the numbers, and you know what I mean. Like, yeah. Then they never really, like, then that ended, and then she was just like, okay, life went on, everything went back to normal, and then blah 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 blah, she gave birth, blah blah blah. A year passed, but the trips kept on getting crazy. Another time again, the husband came, he was in the shower, the phone was ringing. It was the same number. It was the same number. So she said, this cannot be a mistake. Like, okay, what's happening? Like, you always have the gut feeling, like, something is so not making sense right now. So she picked up the call. No, it was the lady. Hi, the wife. Hi, sorry, my husband is bathing. Can you leave a message? Who's this? They're like, what do you mean your husband is bathing? Like, that's my husband. He's supposed to be on a business trip. Wait a minute, what do you mean that's your husband? And so then that's when they found out, like, we actually spoke. When you're saying it, like, we actually had a conversation, what do you mean? And then there's like, okay, my husband will be pissed if he finds me on his phone, so I'm going to hang up, but since I've got your number, I'm going to call you later, and then we meet up. Then she's like, okay. So the husband came from the shower, he prepared for work, as if nothing happened, and then she didn't even ask him anything. When the guy left for work, when Simba left for work, she actually had to leave the kid with a nanny, with the babysitter or something, you know. And then she went and met up with the lady, you know, like I was so impressed the fact that they didn't fight. Like they had to actually like know what's happening. Then she was like, hi, like then they introduced themselves. Vanessa had to say her story. I'm married, I've been married for a year and some months now. We have a child, what. This so my husband is a bit, it's like, what's your husband? Then they started showing the pictures and like, no, that's my husband. Like, how long? And we've been married for 7 years. What? Guys, we've been married for 7 years. The guy had been married for 7 years. But what do you mean you've been married for 7 years? I never knew. It's like, what happened? Like, yeah, it's not making sense, right? Like, how can you be married for 7 years and actually got married a year and some months ago, and then I never knew? Like, it's like, no, my husband is just a busy person, so sometimes I just felt like he's just too busy, like he's going on business trips and all that. So that's what happened. And then you're like, this is mad crazy. So she got upset. Come to think of it, like the family of the husband knew, like Simba's parents knew, Simba's sisters knew, but they never told her. Like, then like she had to call the sister, like, you never told me that your brother is married, because we thought you knew. Where would you say something that's none of your business? If you wanted to marry you, if you wanted to get married so eagerly, I never. And then she's, husband and sisters can be a little too dramatic. Apparently, I've got 4 brothers. I've got 5. Okay, I've got a lot of brothers, but the fact that I know we can be too dramatic, like you're going to mind your own business. But like for me, I don't think I would do that though. I mean, like, to a fellow woman, okay. Then she went home. She was so broken, and then she waited for the husband to come back from work. So the husband came very late. Then she had to confront him. Then the husband said, yes, I'm married. I've got like 3 kids with my wife. I was like, well, you never told me. Well, you never asked. Man, what do you mean you never asked? What do you mean you never asked? Like, there's something that you need to tell me. Like, you're not going to come to me married and not mention it to me. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you never asked? Like, yeah, why you getting upset? It's not like you lack anything here. What? And I married you. I paid bride price, And then you know how expensive Zimbabwean bride price is, yo. Especially when they know that you're loaded, you're rich. The husband got upset. Like, why are you even questioning me? Why are you even going through my phone? Why are you even trying to make my life complicated? And then she was like, you know what? No. So she's like, you're not leaving me. What do you mean you're leaving me? I paid so much money. If you feel like you want to leave me, you guys are going to refund me because I didn't do anything wrong to you. I got you a car. I bought you a house. You have everything you want. My son has everything he wants. What do you mean? Like, you can't just walk out of my life. Like, I can afford taking care of you. If it means that I'm going to have polygamy, doesn't matter. So like, what's wrong with that? And then she had to talk to her aunties, and then they were saying, it's not like you're lacking anything. Like, even if you had to live in right now, what are you going to do? Like, you had to like quit your job in SA, like, and then you're working at a restaurant, like there's this thing which the society just had to put on us women, that we just cannot speak up. Like, there's like, you're not even living there, plus the guy was rich. So I feel like the relatives, the family thought like, okay, they were literally like feeding from him. So they was like, no, you're not living because he hasn't even done anything. Like, the first woman to be put on Barika or Pali, like, she was so shocked. So like, then she texted me and then she said, Shamin, I don't know what to do. I really loved him, but the fact that he's married, and I mean, guys, okay, I don't know what to say, but I feel like it's not like she wasn't working. She was working, but I feel like, guys, just be transparent. Come to me directly. Say you are married, yeah? It's allowed to be married. Say you're married. It's now my option to think about it. Like, do I want to be with a married man or I don't want? Like, you can't just force me to be with you when you're married, well, at least I'm not even aware of, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's better to communicate. Shamin, I'm married. And then I was like, oh, I don't do married men. Shamin, I'm married. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. And then you guys, like, even, I actually don't understand the guy's family, in the sense that they never even had to mention it. Like, they were there when the bride price was being paid. Like, what are you thinking, you guys? What are you thinking? The guy is not abusive. The guy's just like, he just thinks like he's the alpha male, and it feels like he has the power over her. So he literally, like, everything he says is going to happen. So she's saying, Shamin, I don't really feel comfortable knowing that he has a wife, but we are both now legally married. Like, he married her, he married me. And it's more like now it's a polygamy. So I don't know what to do. So Vanessa, I honestly, okay, you guys comment what you think in the comment section. But I personally feel like the society has to stop this thing whereby they force us ladies, like, to be just tag when we can voice out. But even if she wants to voice out, like, the relatives are saying, like, where do you want to go? You have a child now, like, and then she feels like if she leaves him, she's going, like, life is going to be hard, life is going to be really hard, because the guy is providing everything. She hasn't even started a business yet because she was pregnant, and then she doesn't even know what to do. She has a kid now. Like, there's no way when she leaves him, she's supposed to look for a job. Now, how is she going to pay for house help when she can't even afford the renters herself, because she's just like, she doesn't have any income. So I don't know how it's going to happen, like, but I don't know, guys. Comment down below what you think. But that was the story for today, and it was crazy because men can be, I don't know how I'm going to explain this, but man, you guys, just stop being so outstanding. Like, that doesn't make sense. What do you mean you never asked? Like, what do you mean? But thank you guys so much. Please subscribe, like this video, and share. And please let me know what you think in the comment section, because I don't know how to help her, because it's not like the guy's not abusive, yeah. And then I don't know how normal it is. How normal is polygamy, And just, I don't know. I don't want to say much. Okay, you guys just comment down below what you think. And then, Vanessa, if you're watching this, I'm sorry that happened. But I feel like, okay, what I personally feel like is, let your child grow a little bit. Start a business, and then something that's able to make you, like, financially stable. And then, you can move on from there now. Like, I think that's a start, that's a start, because you can't just walk out. You can't just walk out right now. You're just going to make it way harder for yourself and for the child. Like, because you can't even afford anything without them. Like, I feel like, I mean, not disrespect, but right now you're not working. And then, okay, look for something to do first, and then know that you are now financially stable, and then you can literally do anything. So crazy. I'm so sorry that had to happen, but guys, let's just try to help another woman. Like, there's no way you're just going to accept. For me, I'm going to give you a heads up, like, bro, you want to marry my brother, but he has a wife. And you're like, if you're going to fight, you're going to fight now, but I have done my part. I feel that's being respectful now. So thank you guys for watching this video, and please show some love by liking, sharing, turning on your post notification, and subscribing down below if you haven't subscribed. It's a girl, Shami. Until we meet again.